of my shepherd's pie, sweet potato shepherd's pie. So I have my mixer, and I did mention in one of my last videos that, oh, I've used this mixer in such a long time, I was wanting to get rid of it. I'm glad I didn't, right? So mixer's coming in handy, and I have my potatoes in here. So let me just bring you guys down a little bit so you can see what I'm going to do. This is the potato mixture here, potato, and it's still hot, which is good to make for easier fluffing or mixing. And I'm going to put a little piece of butter in here. I might need to get a little piece more. Yeah, definitely need to get a little piece more, but this is all that's on here. So I'm going to put that here. Roll it out. Grab another one. I want to use a country crock plant butter, avocado. That's what I use. And I probably put maybe 2 tablespoons. Yeah, 2 tablespoons and a little bit. A little bit of this. All right. All right, so let me get her whipped up. Start. So let me come back after I finish whipping her up. All right, guys, so I am back. My potatoes are all whipped. I'm going to show you what she looks like. The very first time in all my years I've ever whipped Caribbean sweet potatoes. So it's all done. All right, and yes, this will be the color of it. It's not Irish potato has that white color. This is tan, but it's okay. It's going to be eaten. All right, so now I have my little Dutchie all washed out. And this is what I boil my potatoes in. I'm going to put her on the stove here. Turn you guys around and bring you down a little bit so you can see. My next move, let me turn it on so I can dry out whatever remaining water is in there. And then I'm going to get my seasoning mix in there once it heats up. So I'm going to have her on high. Put the stove on high. Whew, Lord. I'm getting tired. I'm 2 little things around the house, guys, and I am just, I have no energy. All right, heat up, heat up, heat up. Oops. Heat up. I can get the, whoops, the oil in here, and I do use avocado oil. I did share this in a couple of my other videos. I'm running out, so I have to get myself a little bit more, get myself another bottle. So as soon as this heats up, I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. So I'm going to go ahead and add some oil. And I can't tell you how much oil I add. When my brain to the stop, it stops. That's it. And turkey is a very dry meat anyway, so you gauge it as to how much oil you want to put in there. But I don't really use a lot of oil in my food. All right, so let it continue to warm. Or heat up. Sorry, guys, I'm having a pear. Put that in here. All that spice and seasoning is in here. I know, I have to have it scraping to the last. Scrape everything up. Let me turn this around. Or you can hear that searing sound. That means it's, I still want it a little higher. Once it's sauteed in, and the peppers are cooked a little bit. Oh, I just found a piece of thyme, the skin, the bark. Yeah, I don't want this in here. And this is what it looks like in the pot. Nice and brown. Brown. Nicely browned. I'm just going to give it a little taste with my finger here. Make sure I have no spices in here. Seasoning. The salt consistency is good. This is what I used to see my grandmother do, you know? I mention my grandmother quite a lot in my videos. As I get older, I'm remembering some of her little cooking tips, you know? Alright, sorry for that banging noise. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and grab that turkey. And I'm going to add it in here. Whoops, I'm losing some peppers. Now I'm going to go to waste. My stove is clean. And I'm putting every little piece in here. So now I'm going to lower the stove, lower the temperature on the stove. And I'm going to leave that turkey in here. Let me stir it around. And next time I come back, I'll come back with a fork that I can use to, you know, smush it down a little bit. The spoon does a good job, but the fork will do a better job. So this is what she looks like. So I'm going to leave it on the stove, turn it down, and I'll be back. Just a quick update. This is what it's looking like. The ground turkey is looking like. I'm going to keep her in there for another, why did he say her? I'm going to keep it in the pot for another, maybe another 10 minutes or so. Give and take. Because I want most of the water to dry out, because I do not want a soggy, soupy, I don't want all this gravy in there, and I don't want my potatoes to be too soggy once I put that in there. So let me cover it up for another 10 minutes, and I'll be back. Alright guys, update on the ground turkey. So I'm going to go ahead and put a can of this Sidekicks beans, Taco Fiesta black beans in there. I'm going to drain off the liquid from there because I don't want liquidy part of it. Alright, open up. I'm going to pour that over in there. This is looking so good, baby. You look so good. All right, so I am now going to let her. Why in heaven's name am I keep saying her? I'm not talking about my plants. I'm talking about food here. So I am going to let this dry out some more before I start assembling the pie. Like I said, guys, this is the first time I'm attempting this, so we don't know how it's going to come out. Whichever way, I'm going to eat it. So I have the stove up really, really high. And I'm just going to cover it back and let it do its thing. And I will, share with you the assembly part of it. All right, so this is finished. The potatoes are done. I have a glass Pyrex dish. I'm going to spray the bottom a little bit with some of my avocado cooking spray. I'm on the sides. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to turn my oven on to 325. I'm going to take some of this potato and I'm going to layer it in the bottom. And also see if I can layer some at the side. If it doesn't work, then that's fine. But what I'm going to do with this potato is I'm going to cover this up in the oven. Actually, not cover it up. Put it in the oven so the bottom part can get a little crispy. I don't think I'm putting it on the side. Just at the bottom. So it can get nice and crispy and crunchy. Alright, so half of it going on the bottom and the other half will go on the top. But I'm ready to add this in here. And this looks like a lot of ground turkey, especially with me adding the beans to it. So I might not use all of it for this pie, but we will see. I'm sure I'm putting enough in here. Alright. So I'm going to reserve the rest for when I am putting in this mixture. And I definitely will not be putting all this in here. It looks like a lot. So this is going in the oven, maybe for 15 minutes. And as I said, this is the first time I'm trying this. I don't know what it's going to look like. So let me get this in the oven once the timer goes off and bake that for 15 or so minutes. So I'm going to cover this back in the meantime. Alright, so that's what it looks like. You want to inch or so of potatoes. And I have my dryer on in the background, guys, so if you hear that noise, that's the dryer that's going. I'm multitasking today. So as soon as the oven goes off, I'll put this in here. I'm not covering it up. I'm just going to put it in there without a cover, no foil or anything over it. Oh, you know what I probably should have done? If I thought about it before, I probably should have put some parchment paper under the bottom of this. But we will see. Right? If this comes out really, really good, and I make it again, I'm going to see it next time to add some parchment paper on it so it just pulls right out. And it's just like, when your grandmother, whoever's making the cakes, we should line the bottom of the pan with some parchment paper. And I might just put some, no, let's try. Oops, sorry, trying to put some holes in it, but once it bakes, and I'll just put some holes in the bottom. Maybe, we'll see. I'm trying to get it as even as possible. So one side is not up and the other side is down. Alright, so the timer will be going off in a couple of seconds. And then we'll place this baby in the oven for 15 minutes. I just wanted to get crunchy. Alright, there's a timer. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in the oven. Right there. Alright, so I am back and I'm getting ready to assemble the pie. This is, I took the potato out of the oven. It's not crunchy here. Here's not crunchy. But the edges are crunchy. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to get a big spoon. And I'm going to go ahead and spoon in some of the ground turkey and the beans in here, the snickerdoodle beans. So I'm going to spoon that in here. Oh my god, this thing smells so good, guys. Oh Lord. Oops, hey, can't afford to waste any of this stuff. A piece of thyme. I'm going to put them off the stem because I still have pieces in here. is looking so good. And when it's finished, I don't want to cut it when it's hot, so I'm gonna put it in the fridge. I might not cut it until tomorrow, which, you know, it'll set in the refrigerator. All right, so I think that's good enough. So let me go ahead and get the remainder of the potatoes. Yes, I can use the same spoon. Ooh, probably shouldn't have used the same spoon. Dang it. Oh well. I think I just have enough to cover the top. Oh, wow, just enough potatoes. I have to get every last bit of remaining potato out of this bowl. You don't know me, I like to sweep until I get every bit of it out. I always spread in my bowls. All right, use a fork. And I'm gonna put her back in the oven. There I go again with the word her. Her is reserved for my plants. Put it back in the oven and let it do its thing. Bang, bang, bang. All right, so grab the pot holders, both of them. And this is what she looks like, and I'm gonna put her back in the oven. I'm gonna gauge it. I can't say how long I'm gonna keep it in there for, but I'm just gonna put it back in the oven, and yeah, that's all she wrote. All right, my little bit of this and a little bit of that. Make sure to come back. All right, make sure to come back to see the final results. Bye. All right, my little bit of this and a little bit of that, fam. It's the next day after the shepherd's pie. So I just took it out the refrigerator, so we're gonna take a look at it together. So to get this out of the container, because I'm not sure if it will come out really easily or not, I have a knife, of course, to cut it with. I have a spatula, and I also have a fork. Well, probably don't need the fork, but definitely we'll need the knife and the spatula. So we're going to take a look at this together, all right, to see how well this turned out. My first time attempting to make sweet potato shepherd's pie. All right, so let me just pull you guys down a little bit so you can see the process. All right, so here goes. Ooh. The top of it, if you're from the Caribbean and you know anything about sweet potato pudding, the top of it sure does remind me of a sweet potato pudding. So here goes. All right. So I'm gonna cut through here. Oops, sorry for that noise. Cutting through. So far I cut really well. Not straight, but well. So let's see if I can take my spatula and take out the piece. Oh wow, guys. Let me put it on here. Oh, shucks. Some of it did remain in the bottom, but it's okay. I think maybe I didn't cut down deep enough. Yeah, let me try and get that piece out. Yeah, I didn't cut down deep enough. You can see the back of it. And this is what it looks like. Oh my gosh. Of course, I can't eat it in front of you right now because it's cold. So I would have to go, oops, sorry. I have to go in and warm it up. And no, I do not have a microwave. I just don't want a microwave. I don't care for them. So, yeah. So that's what she looks like. But I'm going to taste a little piece. I know it's cold. Oh my God. Oh my God. The combination. That's cold. But I'm going to tell you. Try this. Sweet potato shepherd's pie. And you let me know what you think. This is good. All right, so I'm gonna end this video. I'm gonna get this in the oven. I'm gonna end this video and make sure Ono come back. All right, bye.